Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay, let me turn off view lock because that's quite annoying. So, it's been a long time since I last uploaded. Didn't have the time because I had some what's it called, some schoolwork to do. I had my test week, so I had to focus on that. And after that, I got COVID, so wasn't really able to record with my voice as well. Um, yeah, so still have that bit of that problem. My voice might be a little bit different. I just recently recovered from it, so uh, yeah. But anyways, that being said, let's jump into the game. And as you guys can see, I'm not playing Gaia this time around. I'm playing Zed. So let's have a look at what I'm about to do. Scouting my back with the hyena so far and converting some elephant, which is nice. They contain lots of food, and you can also use them in the offense, which would also be great. Okay, so our pocket player for this game is gonna be Pool Handsome, and he's gonna be playing Oranos. Yeah, I didn't really know what level to put for this game. We have in this team we have two 1650s which contain me and Blue, which is Kadera Kazua, and he is playing Odin. He is 1652 and we got one 1600 in here. And on the other team, let's jump to that. Okay, so this guy's Odin. He actually got two rhinos, of course because of the great hunt. Okay, good for him. Very nice. Okay, let's jump into the other team. Okay, so the Odin player, Kadera, is gonna be facing Pratik, if I pronounce it correctly, and he's gonna be playing Isis. This guy is also around 1600, maybe a little bit less. So let's see how that's going to be going. He should loop his TC back. Can I actually see that? Oh, it is looped, but he should be fixing and force dropping off his stuff because he had some idle time there. Okay, and Veru, this guy is around 1550, I think. He did join the 16 plus room, but whatever. So this guy is gonna be playing Kronos. And the kind of the odd one out in this game, pretty much, that is gonna be Heliax, and he's gonna be playing as the Ra. And for the people that don't know this is actually Kvat. At the moment, the world's second best TG player, Gaia main. He's not playing his main god either, just like me. And let's see how that's going to be going for him. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. He got some nice relic. What did he actually find? He found... Ah, that's a pretty nice one. So maybe he's going to be using that. Extra attack for Rams, Behemoths, and Scarabs. He could use it since he is Raw, so he could be going for that. So let's see. So let's jump back into my perspective at this point, and let's see what I'm up to. So from the looks of it, I wanted to go for these hyena to convert, but then I saw these two elephants, and I thought, well, that's kind of a bit better catch. So as you guys can see, I have 3 on wood, which you would normally not do as set, but I just want enough resources to get the Shaduf up because they have the Raw. Oh yeah, about the teams, by the way, I almost forgot. We kind of decided in the game room that we would put 2 lowest rated players with Kvat to make it somewhat fair. So let's see how that's going to be going for them. This might be some sort of balanced game. So we got 2 1650s and a 1600 against an 1800, 1600 and a 1550. So let's go see how that's going to be going for them. Eating the elephant as we speak. I didn't want to run over here in the archaic age. That would turn up some huge delays, and that's something I don't want, of course. Converting the elephant still, scouting nicely. Found actually 2 more elephants. Let's see if I'm going to go for these actually, I don't know. Okay, so Teal is up through Prometheus, so let's have a look at that, what he is up to. Okay, so he didn't combine his oracles together yet, so maybe he's not gonna be using his Valor on his oracles then. Or maybe he is, but little bit later, but that wouldn't make that much sense, so let's see. And maybe we can see what the ISIS is up to in the meantime. Okay, so he's going for the back hunt. And looking at his resources, he could actually go for the second TC, but I don't know if he wants to risk that against the Odin. He might not go for that, even though he's going up through Bast. So let's see if he's going to be going for that. He actually, looking at his resources, he could actually do it if he wanted to. And this little focus on food, it would actually make some sense. Nice walling here by him, with all the houses there. Yeah, so he's up through Bast, and the teal player is not doing anything, which is kind of a mistake, I think. He should be... let's see if our team is actually hunting forward at this point. This guy is building forward, but he's also hunting, and it seems like the Odin player is hunting forward too, so he could actually have done something with those units. That would have been a pretty good move. But I guess he's not going for that, so let's see what he's gonna go for instead. And what am I doing? Okay, so I'm going for the second DC, and since I was against the Ra, I didn't expect too much trouble. So I kind of just decided to grab the forward one. Should be pretty much fine doing that. Lots of focus on gold, because I want to leech off the Ra's reign. Okay, bit of aggression going on here. We should actually be focusing here, because this is the more interesting part for the early game, as Red and I are not going to be doing anything anyways. Okay, he should be careful about his things, but here the Terma are coming in to assist. So let's see how that's going to be going for them. Okay, if he micros it out properly, he could actually do some serious damage with these Terma. Although this is a threat, he's gonna lose them probably if he isn't careful about it. Yes, he is gonna lose them. Okay, well, that's a pretty huge loss actually. That's one valor wasted, pretty much. Now with all these Prometheans, I think he kinda needed that. So my second TC is up, also for the Ra. And his farms... Okay, so how many has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he got 4 there. And let's have a look at me. Okay, so I have like 5 here. And the 6th one here. So as we can see, it seems like Kevod is a little bit quicker, even though I'm fixing it right now. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, if you put the villagers on the farm separately when making them, they actually build faster. I think it is because Shadoof got nerfed or something like that. So that's why I put them all on one single farm instead of just shift clicking them. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm going for the hyenas now. And there is the rain. So I got 21 on food and he got 18. So that should mean that... Well, actually the Ra gets a bigger bonus because it's his reign. So maybe the advance time is going to be somewhat even. Okay, so I see some yellow dot there. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so he's doing some nice raiding on the vills. He should be careful though about fighting in this tower range. 2 towers actually, that's pretty scary. They didn't scout a whole lot, from the looks of it. I think these oracles have been stuck here for ages. Okay, what's happening in the back? Oh, this could be huge. This could be pretty huge. And he's not even moving back these fills. Okay, not right now he is. Maybe he was splitting them on purpose. That would be a pretty good move. Okay, so he's moving on. He ended up killing... no vills, but he got quite a decent amount of downtime. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Okay, so we see Sekhmet coming up here from the Ra player, which is interesting. Usually they go for Hathor. So maybe he's gonna go for something interesting with a lot of scarabs. Would be kinda risky though, because he could be expecting my Neftis, which would kinda counter it out. Although if this guy is quick enough, he ended up going for the second TC nonetheless. But if this guy is quick enough, he could actually combine it with AE. And that could be pretty scary. he could actually shift the scarab onto yellow or something, or maybe me. Combined with the AE, that would be pretty deadly. But I wasn't actually paying too much attention here. There is one Vil killed as we speak, and the second one is gonna die as well if it's microed correctly. And it seems like he is blocking the path perfectly. So there is the one scarab. Is he gonna go for the second? And the Migdal is coming up right away. And how am I doing with my Migdal? Is it coming up as well? Okay, so that should be around the same timing for us. I have a nice animal army though. Am I getting the upgrade for the better animals? Not yet, not for the animal armor and attack. I should be getting that because these elephants could be pretty strong if I did. Got a third one there. Okay, so more raids here by blue. Pretty good move. Although there's not... Ooh, never mind. There is something to catch. And these fillies might all be dying. He didn't got the skin of the rhino yet, so they're gonna die pretty easily indeed, actually. So siege works coming up, making elephants and chariots, as I like to do usually. Okay, so some raids here by yellow to the back. And has he been any kind of successful? Seems not yet. I don't see any kind of dead villies. So what's happening here? Valor? Not sure what had happened. It wasn't here at least. Okay, so let's see what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna use my zoo. It's not good to lose my zoo right now. Okay, that was bad. Kinda wasted that scorpion man there. Okay, so some nice raiding by Teal, but yeah, it's gonna cost him a lot from the looks of it. Because the army is just gonna deal with it. And this scorpion man is dead, so that means no scorpion mans anymore. And these elephants, I think I have gotten the upgrade by now, so that's pretty good. 13 attack, pretty nice amount of hit points. So these elephants could be pretty strong in my push. I think one more siege tower and I might actually engage. Bit of healing up by the Valkyrie, nice idea. And this guy is attacking the TC, that's kind of a waste I think, because he's not gonna get it down anyways. Okay, so the Ancestor's coming in for me. He does have AE ready, so why is he not helping his teammate? Haven't got the Nefties upgrade yet. Am I getting it? No, not yet. I should fix this, by the way. No, not yet, sadly. So that's gonna be meaning Migdal down. But with Blue's assistance, this push is gonna be pretty deadly for our friend here. For Kivat. So he got the siege works down as well. That is gonna mean that I'm gonna be dropping to 0 military buildings. But so might he himself. Should fix this as well. Okay, yeah, okay. Good. Okay, so this Migdal might go down. He's trying to build a new one as we speak, but I'm afraid that it might not come up. This TC should survive. Do I have the Nefties upgrade by now? No, not yet. And is it coming up by now? No, it is not. Okay. I should have gotten that to prepare for the segment push. That would have been quite helpful, I think. And this Migdal is not gonna stand. And he's gonna lose quite a bit of villagers, actually. So it seems like Kevad's push kind of failed, sadly for him. The scarabs were pretty costly for him, I can imagine. Yeah, so this Migdal is gonna go down. Well, I don't really have much to follow up my push with. Aside from Yellow's assistance. So let's see if we are gonna be keeping on pushing. And what's happening on the other side of the map? Not much. A few chariots from pink, but that's all. Yeah, Odin seems to be quite nicely booming. I'm going for the 30C. And actually the first one in the game to do it, I might be. So this guy should have taken a second TC, I think. How is his economy going? Maybe we should check. Let's compare it to someone like Yellow, who actually took his second TC. Civilians. Oh wait, that's the wrong graph. Okay, so they're still kinda even. Probably being housed or something there for yellow. So yeah, we are keeping on pushing. This is not gonna be enough of an assistance by teal, sadly for them. So yeah, let's see. So the push is still pretty strong. And that's the AE from pink. He should have used it a lot easier, or maybe here to accommodate his own push. As I didn't have that many units anymore actually. But do I have... No, still not the upgrade. I should be getting it pretty soon. Yeah, exactly, I'm getting it, and the other upgrade too. For the longer range, so that's pretty good, but right now I do have to retreat. Okay, so more priests coming up to deal with the ancestors, that would be a pretty good idea. And this elephant might not survive. Okay, let's have a look at here, because there is some push going on here as well. It looks like pink might actually lose his Migdol here, and does... Ooh, did some pretty good raiding by... And more raiding. Does he have the skin of the rhino by now? Okay, yeah, he does, so he can actually fight that. Okay, so I didn't really lose any army to the ancestors, moving forward a bit, and I should resume my push very recently. Although I should be dealing with this as well. Because if not dealt with, that behemoth can be quite scary. Okay, so let's have a look at their perspective. So his pop limit is not too great. He has a few units here, a few there, and a few there, but it's not too much from teal. It's gonna be rough for his team. And how is pink doing? Okay, well, he does have the resources to make a new Migdol, so I definitely think that he should use these fills and the Pharaoh to do that as fast as possible, because if he drops to 0 military buildings, well, just his barracks, he's gonna be in for some pretty tough times if he doesn't. Okay, so the fight here is continuing, and it seems like Kavad actually got some army again. And I want to be fighting in this Migdol range, because he actually has the camels, which are pretty good against my army. Yeah, I seem to be fine for the moment. And trying to get up a Migdol. So, some tough times might be coming in for me anytime soon. Yeah, this is just a waste of army, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'm afraid that this Migdol is not gonna happen for him. Or maybe it will, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so the push here doesn't continue. Or does it? Let's see what blue is up to. I actually got pretty decent resources. He could go Mythic and Drag if he wanted to. But he probably wants his first TC first, that makes sense. And he wants to even grab this one. Let's see if he's gonna be successful at that. And as I expected, I got the Pharaoh, that's a nice catch. I am gonna lose this army here. However, I did get the Migdol down, so let's see if that's gonna be worth it. Okay, so I got my meteor. And I actually decided to use it here to stop the siege works from coming up and the TC. This might have been a bit better use, because the meteor can be quite unpredictable at times. Okay, so I used my shifting sands, as you can see, to shift a few siege towers back there, because I didn't want to lose the Migdol, but I seem to be going to lose it either way. These animals will be a nice assistant here on this side. With the help from yellow, I'm gonna be pretty much fine. This TC did not receive that much damage, as you can see that lots of meteor shots were actually kind of a waste. I think that was a mistake. Should have probably used it here or maybe there. Yeah, ISIS probably wouldn't have happened if I did it there. So yeah, right now it's kinda developing into a triple on Kvat. And that's gonna be pretty hard for him. So let's see what's gonna be happening. Yeah, these animals, they can actually tank quite a bit of damage, as you can see. They're quite nice. Nice armor on them. At least the rhinos do. And this phoenix is helping nicely as well. And these military buildings for Kvat are just not gonna happen. And we can see that Baldur is coming up for him. And considering that he is taking this TC, that Kvat is not doing too well anymore. And Teal isn't doing anything really. I think this might be the GG right there. As soon as the ball comes through. A bit of raiding by Pink, nice attempt, but sadly there is some throwing axemen to deal with it. And how many upgrades does the friend actually have? He has just the baseline. And if I remember correctly, I didn't have anything at this point. Expecting a bit more from the Atlantis. Also just baseline and copper mill. Okay. Okay, so this Son of Osiris should be dealt with by my chariots. Okay, so the army is gonna continue and the push as well. Nice palace here. He just missed these fills, by the way. That's kind of unfortunate for him. Okay, yeah, so that's the rack. And that may be GG. Okay, so 4 TC finished by me. Should make some build up here with some new Migdols. Do I have to favor for that actually? No, I don't. And actually I'm thinking about it. I'm saving up, getting my upgrades and saving up for Valley of the Kings. I think it's called like that, the set upgrades. That's build makes it instant build time on the Migdol units. But anyways, it seems like they realized that it's too much for them at this point. This push is too strong. With the rack coming in, they just can't beat it anymore. And Teal and Pink just so far behind. It just wasn't gonna happen anymore for them. But yeah, I guess GG. Was a nice game. Kvat definitely gave me some resistance here, and if my teammates didn't help me, it might have actually gone for them. Or rather for him. So he's a pretty good player, so that would have made sense. So let's have a look at the post game. So we see top score by Blue, which makes sense since he has the rack, and people with rack usually have very high score at that point. I think he was kind of even with me and Kvat and Yellow at the time before he racked. So let's have a look at economy. They're all definitely doing a very good job. I wasn't far behind from the looks of it. Little bit less straight, or actually a lot less straight, but was kind of evenish from the looks of it. Is there something else to really point out? Yeah, you can just see that especially this player here, the Teal player, was very far behind on economy. So most military for Blue, which makes sense because of the rack. We see most buildings raised by me and most killed by Yellow. Okay, very nice. And it was actually quite early advance from Teal. I wonder why he didn't valor his oracles and did some raiding, because they were hunting quite riskily forward. I think he could have achieved something with that if he used it properly. So we can see pretty late advance from Kvat, but in the end we have the same heroic time and about the same mythic time as well. Okay, so he got the scarabs, I got the elephants, which were a nice assistance for me. And the Frost Giant definitely did their job as well. Yeah, so we can see here that the teal guy got behind, probably at the time when the settlement started happening. Okay, so that's at 12 minutes. Yeah, as you can see, 12 minutes they started growing apart a bit because of the second TC for him. Eco for me and, or actually the villagers, kinda even for me and KVOD, aside from this area here. So that's pretty good. Military units. Yeah, so this was a huge loss for the both of us, for KVOD and me, but I managed to get out on top in that fight. Yes, we see some pretty spiky curves here by pink and teal, which means that they had huge losses during many fights, whereas my team didn't really have that many losses from the looks of it. Okay, well, GG I guess.